What is going on, good people? And thank you for tuning in to another episode of Stand Up Real Talk Podcast. I am your host, Mr. Michael Wiley, saying greetings and salutations to all of you, our faithful followers and listeners. Look, y'all already know we appreciate all the likes, clicks, shares, downloads, whatever it is that you do to support this podcast and just make it what it is. Because we know that had it not been for you, there would be no us. So we don't take it for we don't take it for granted. And we just greatly appreciate it. We appreciate y'all. And whenever y'all come and hang out with your boys, listen, if you're joining us for the first time, I want to say welcome. And if you're joining us and coming back for a second helping, we say welcome back because your boys is back on the air with the Man Up Real Talk podcast, the podcast for the peoples. And joining me all the way from the Dells in Wisconsin is my brother-in-law, Mr. Philip Hines, a.k.a. Mr. Classic, a.k.a. OG Triple OG, who is always and definitely in the building. What is going on, fam?
What's going on, brother?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. You on vacation, huh?
Yes, sir.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know we had missed last week because you were a little under the weather, and so we didn't go live last week. And I knew you all were heading out of town, getting your little vacation on. I was willing to say, hey, we'll take another week off, man. My man on vacation.
No, we missed one already, Mike.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm. Listen, you called and was like, Mike, let's go. I brought my equipment with me, man.
Yeah.
Look, I was impressed. I was impressed by that.
No, we missed last week. We can't keep if we want to make this thing big, no matter what. Yeah, I'm on vacation right now, but the pod don't stop. Pod don't stop.
I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know my shirt doing this John Travolta. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what that was about. Like,
I'm wondering, you like
what is really going on? Man, anyway, but But no, appreciate, man. Look, that's dedication, son. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Looks like
man.
we got Cuz in the chat. What's going on, Cuz? I appreciate
Man,
it.
what's
Listen,
good,
man,
cuzzo?
like and tag this video, bro. Let people know, man, of Real Talk is on the air. We're gonna talk about a couple things on tonight. One thing that kind of bothers me, and one thing that just don't. I just, I'm just tired of hearing about it. This R. Kelly thing, man, got me. I don't know. I know he was found guilty and everything, and you have a lot of people. Look, there were some people that was legit crying about it, and was just like, why is he in jail when you still got people like Harvey Weinstein that's out and about, and you got this guy and that guy and all these other things, and you even had some that was basically just making excuses for him. Don't get me wrong. I understand our justice system is horrible, and it's a system that wasn't really made with us in mind. And so I don't perceive when things happen like this for us to really benefit from it, but it's just odd that how people were up in arms about how Bill Cosby was let out, but they were mad that R. Kelly was found guilty. And I don't understand that. Maybe you can give me a little clarification, because I don't know. I kind of felt the opposite. I was kind of like, all right. Because I can still listen to R. Kelly music if I want to. And then we'll talk about that a little bit too. But I wasn't surprised, and I was not upset about it. But you had some people that was legit upset. Mel said that he about to be in Cook County.
Yeah, he got to come back to Chicago for some cases, man.
Man, does he really?
Yeah.
Oh,
come
man.
back. See, he got charged in New York.
Wow.
He got to come back to Illinois and face charges here also.
Man.
Yeah, they trying to throw the hammer on old young Kales.
Man, that dude gonna be in the county like, my mind's telling me no.
But you know what, Mike? Let's be real,
but
man.
My Sally is telling me yes.
You starting already. Do it again, Mike. Come on, finish it, Mike. You gotta finish it now. Finish it. You gotta finish it. Come on, man. You did that, Sally. Yeah, you gotta finish it now. You gotta finish it.
Oh man, that's crazy. I didn't know that was just for the New York stuff.
No, that was just New York. He gotta come back here and face charges.
And that's for the tape here in Illinois, right?
Wow. But you know what, Mike? Let's be real, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, but really, he going down for something that happens every single day, man. We all knew that grown nigga in the hood that was messing around with all the little girls. I mean, that's simple. That's I mean, really, to be honest, he's going down. TB3.com about to be his intake number.
He said that's gonna be his intake number. Oh no.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said, like I tell anybody, if you was outside in those early to middle 90s, if you was really outside in Chicago, you knew what Kels was doing.
Yeah.
When that if you ever went to that Kennedy King that was over there on 71st and Wentworth or 69th, the white building.
Yes.
When they had that transitional high school, cause see, I worked in the Barker Center at that Kennedy King College.
Okay.
And they had like the high school for kids that that got kicked out of regular high schools. And they send you to them, what they call transitional high schools or whatever. Kennedy King had one also.
Like a middle school, or
no, it's like a high school that kids go to that got kicked out of all the high schools or you know what I'm saying? Because they had one at Olive Harvey like that also.
Okay.
I forgot the name, but I forgot the title he used for that.
Last Chance School, is that what it was?
It's somewhat like that.
Okay, I got you.
But you know what I'm saying? I mean, you can, if people was running that way, they done seen him over there in Young Inglewood doing what he do. Like I said, I mean, you got to when it come down to it, man. We can be mad and we can be real, say he got railroad and all that stuff, but hey, man, your actions, you got to pay for your consequences.
He ain't get railroaded yet.
Yeah. But it all come down to your choices, man. That's
Let me get
consequences.
that
Every choice you made,
choo-choo.
you know. But I'm with you, Mike. I can still listen to his music. I'm not gonna stop listening to. In my opinion, I know he got his flaws, but in my opinion, Kel's the doggone King R&B. That's just me. That boy got a catalog. He got a catalog, Mike. We're not gonna go there now.
I mean,
he got a catalog.
You would have a catalog too if you had a song with 500 parts to it.
You got a catalog, man.
I mean, honest to God, how many parts is trapped in the closet? Like, seriously.
I ain't gonna lie, I only seen the first two. After that, I stopped watching. Cause then they got to the midgets and all that mess. He said,
like, I'm a flirt. He gonna be like, my celly is a 10.
Oh, but yeah, just let you know, people, man. I mean, choices you make comes with consequences.
Right.
So, I mean, I understand. I can listen to his music, and you know what I'm saying. But like I said, if you was outside in them early to middle '90s in Chicago, and I said it before, I mean, nothing about him should be new to you. Cause if you was outside in the right spots, you'd have seen some things.
Yeah, you know what? Here's my thing. Where are the parents?
You know, my mom. Listen, Mike. Let me tell you something. My mother is mad about that.
Dude, where are the parents?
My mother said if he should go to jail, every last one of them parents. I ain't never seen y'all give me no money. My mother, and that's the part my mother is mad about. She's mad that he should go to jail whatever he did, but every last one of them parents, because Mike, come on, man. A lot of them parents was giving their daughters to that dude.
Man, it was like, here you go.
And a lot of people don't want to hear that, Mike, but that's the truth.
Have your way, Aura.
Yeah. Because there's some things about. I mean, I don't want to talk about the dead, but it's a lot of things about Shorty that a lot of people don't want to talk about her. And I'm not. I mean, I'm not. I don't want to disrespect the dead, but I'm speaking of Aaliyah.
Right. I know what you're saying.
So it's a lot of stuff about that situation with him and her, and word on the street is she wasn't no angel herself.
No, so, you know, look, we are. It's just like, to me, it's just like with Kanye and the issues that he got. Right, he has a lot of enablers around him that don't speak truth to him and just be like, "Yay, listen, the whole stocking over your head, dog. You know, maybe that's just not the move. You understand? But the thing is that some people gas him so much, like he is a genius in everything that he does. Like they said, like, look, you already know how I felt about this last album, and I told you that out of the 25 that was on there, it was probably 6 that I really vibe with, right? But you have people that swear to God that whole album was just.
Oh, they said that's album of the year. I don't see it. Right, I don't see it.
Like album of the year, and I'm like, no, dog, no. It ain't even in his top 10 discography. I'm sorry, but
I wouldn't call it trash, but it wasn't for the hype and bring out all these football stadiums and stuff.
It was real mid.
It didn't fit that.
No, it was real mid. So
but you know, R. Kelly, man, Mike. I mean, you know, it's just like I said, it goes back to the choices you make, and a lot of us in Chicago, like I said, we was outside and shouldn't be shocked. I said on Facebook years ago, I said if you was outside in the 90s, in Chicago, nothing about what R. Kelly is doing is shocking to you.
You knew, but what I don't like is how people are trying to. somebody sent me this link, and there was this guy who was talking about R. Kelly, and he was like, the reason why he's having the issues that he's having is because of a some type of condition that he has, right? And he was talking about, and I had to look it up, and he was talking, and it was called the Oedipus complex. You ever heard of that?
No, explain that mess to me.
Okay, so the Oedipus complex, in theory, is a set of emotions that come up in young kids, typically around the age of 4 or 5, and it's by an unconscious sexual desire for the parent or the opposite sex and wish to exclude the parent of the same sex. So it's when a younger kid has an attraction to his or her parent. Now, I remember an interview that he did when he was talking about how he really loved his mom because she could sing, and how at one point in time he remember wanting to marry his mom because she was just such a good singer and this, that, and the other. And the girl who, and I guess the person who was interviewing him kind of was like, yo, this is a little bit on the creepy side. Let's pass this information on because that's not right. Now, this is not, let me say this is not a medical condition. It is something that whereas I forget the guy's name, but this dude is what was his name? It was something, because it's actually named after this guy, and it's something Oedipus, and it was named after him because this cat knowingly killed his dad and slept with his mom.
His real mama?
Yeah, like his real mom. And that's where the whole idea, because he saw his dad as competition or a rival. And so that's where this kind of complex came from. And so she just thought that when she heard him say that was kind of weird. It's like, you mean you love your mom and you want to marry your mom? And so this guy tried to use that as to say that, you know what, Kales have a condition. He shouldn't be in jail. He should be in a hospital somewhere. Really?
I don't know, brother-in-law.
Is that what we doing? Is that the direction we're trying to go in? Is that I mean, instead of just saying, listen, the dude, he was into young girls, he did a lot of freaky stuff, which he sung about. This is the crazy thing. The guy
now you go back and listen to some of his songs.
Right, the guy gave you all the clues that you needed in his song.
Seems like you ready. My mind's telling me no.
Calling me.
My mind's telling me no, but my body is telling me yes.
What's your desire? Baby, your wish is my will.
They was cuts though, Mike. They was cuts. That 12 play album was a classic to me, man.
I mean, the dude makes great music. And that's another thing. That's another thing I wanted to talk about, because you have some people that want to boycott his music, right? And I always had this thing where it's just like with Bill Cosby, and we talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
You look at all of the things. You look at what Bill Cosby in his career. Look at all the positive things in his career that he did, like with Picture Pages, and remember he had the brown horn in it, and he made Fat Albert and them,
people don't realize Fat Albert had a message.
Fat Albert always had a message, and it wasn't a lot of cartoons, if many, with an all black characters, right? You look, and then when he introduced the Cosby Show, how he brought a positive light, into black families, middle class black families.
We ain't never seen a husband and wife, a doctor,
never.
Theo never got a whoop. He got tattoos, earrings, and everything.
Right, and then you look at a different world and how it kind of put the camera on the college life and black colleges. Think of how many kids wanted to go to college after watching a different world.
I went to Chicago State for 3 months because different world.
Man, it's folks that
a lot of folks went to college because different world.
So then when all of this stuff came out against him and all these things happened, you know, all the money and stuff that he donated to these schools and all of these things that he did, all of a sudden now people wanted to delete that.
Yeah,
they wanted to take the show off the air, take the DVDs off the shelf, and we're gonna take back our honorary degrees and all this stuff.
That's that cancel culture.
You ain't give back that money though. That's all I'm saying.
You know, Bill donated a lot of money to those, especially the HBCUs. He donated a lot of money.
So my question always was, how do we separate the art from the artist? Or do we separate the art from the artist? Because what he did in his personal life should not negate the positive things that he did with the art that he created. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing with R. Kelly. It's like, yeah, you can call him a child molester if you want to call him one or whatever, if that's make you feel better. But to sit up there and say you need to boycott his music because he's this, that, and the other. It's like, dude, listen, to me, I can separate the man from the music. I may not condone his actions and what he did, but he still made good music. And I appreciate the music that
very good music. I don't care how anybody feel about that. He made some very good music.
So people are like, no, you need to be able. No, you need to boycott it. All right. So then let's flip the coin. You know, I enjoy flipping these coins.
Flip it.
Let's look at it this way. For all you Christians out there, all you believers, right? Bible talks about premarital sex and it talks against it, speaks against it. Your daughter, niece, cousin, whatever, she comes up pregnant. You want to throw a baby shower. Aren't you basically just celebrating the sin that she committed?
Uh-oh, Mike. Uh-oh.
Aren't you supporting? I mean, ain't that what it is? Why can't you just be like, no, you sat up there and you committed a sin. I'm not going to support that. I'm not going to do it. I ain't throwing you no baby shower. And then people say, but it's the baby. But the baby didn't ask to be here. No, but the baby didn't commit the act.
That's right.
I'm just saying, you can't, if it's going to be one way, it has to be, and we talk about this all the time, it has to be consistent across the board.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have it one way just for special cases.
But see, sometimes that's where it be, Mike.
Right. If we're gonna boycott R. Kelly music and stop playing it, I'm with Kevin. We need to stop playing Elvis. For those people that still listen to Elvis.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Come on. Jodeci.
Mm-hmm. Man, you better leave Jodeci alone now. Relax.
Man, come on. We all know KC used to whoop on Mary J. Stop it. Let's boycott his music. Stop it. Relax. We ain't playing it no more.
KC had issues back then. Relax.
Yes, I understand. He had issues. Ooh, yeah. He had issues. But I'm just saying, if that's what we're going to do, we got to be consistent across the board.
But you know, Mike, sometimes folks don't know how to be consistent amongst the boards because if it's if it's something that affects them, they try to make an excuse.
Right.
For their situation. But if it's someone else, then we're gonna crack the whip.
Right.
You know, so sometimes folks don't know how to be fair when it comes to going straight down the board. Yeah, that's right. Why.
Exactly. Come on, Kevin. I mean, listen, Donnie McClurkin. I ain't even see that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Come on, Keith Sweat. Wait, what Keith Sweat do?
No, Keith Sweat, man. Come on, man. Y'all gotta remember something, man. Look, back in the days, man.
Forever.
But like that's why I say that's why sometimes you have to realize
why he sound like Bert from Sesame Street. You ever notice that? Hush my baby, baby.
He just had that little big and voice, man.
Don't say a word.
But Keith Sweat, Keith Sweat had some Joneses too back then. He had some Joneses too. But
Really?
but it all comes down to, like I said, R. Kelly basically got caught up doing something that all of us have seen.
Right. Oh, that's right.
You may be young, but you're
may
ready.
be young, but you're ready.
Kevin, my boy Kevin on the road today, man.
Man, you right. Oh, snap. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, but like I said, man, anybody that grew up in the hood, man, y'all done seen the R. Kelly in y'all lifespan. And then none of y'all do nothing about it. No one did anything about that young girl jumping in the car with that 26-year-old drug dealer.
Nope.
I mean, it goes on this is something that what R. Kelly's getting caught up on. This is something that goes on in our communities every single day.
Yeah.
So before I'm gonna be real with you, and like I said, I'm not condoning what that man did. Hey, whatever he did, that's between him and God. Whatever he did, the course is going to give him his just due on the punishment that he's supposed to get. But I'm not going to be somebody that sit back and say, well, that this and that. And you watch that every day in your neighborhood. Yeah. We all, like I said, we all know that 26, 27-year-old dude with some money that come through that's messing around with all little 14, 15-year-old girls.
Seems like you're ready.
So, but they jams though, Mike. I mean,
hey, that's what his Sally gonna be singing later on. Seems like you're ready.
I can smell your perfume. Step into my bedroom.
Hey, you know what though? Real talk. My absolute out of all of R. Kelly songs, like my absolute favorite track by him is Your Body's Calling. Mm-hmm. Dude, that song,
that whole album though, Mike, was fine. That's my favorite.
The whole album was dope.
12 Play was reason why I started wearing ball
classics.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about, you can play that song, and that song still sounds just as good today as it did when it first came out.
12 Play,
man.
Yeah, that was, like I said, man. I'm not condoning what he did, but I'm not gonna stop listening to R. Kelly music. R. Kelly music is, hey, the man got classics. And come on, and y'all can say what y'all want to say, but soon something hit again. Y'all gonna be in the backyard, and somebody gonna put on. What do we do?
And Happy People. Come on.
We step. Come
happy
on, man.
People. Look, hey, Mitzi, if he believe he can fly, he better start doing it now.
You better fly now.
Somebody pray for me.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
But
listen, I kind of agree with you on that one, man. For the stuff that he did, I believe he needs to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish him the best, because I don't see it getting better for him.
Keep your head up, Rob.
Yeah, man.
Keep your head up, man.
That's about it. So look, let's shift gears. This is something that's kind of personal to me, and I wanted to talk about this because I've been watching a lot of videos and going on a lot of different forums and stuff. And I'm always amazed at some of the things that that I read in regards to just people and how they think and how they look at life and just things in general. But what rule book or what book is it written that if you don't accomplish something by the time you're 30, your life is over?
Oh, I don't live by that mess. I don't live by that.
I need to understand where this way of thinking,
That's some dream killer mess right there, Mike.
where did this line of thinking come from? Right? Look, do you know? Let me tell you something. When I was coming up, and you know, because you live in Chicago, you know how big radio was when we was coming up,
Mm-hmm.
right? That was like that was the thing. And I remember being younger and listening to the radio and saying to myself, that's what I want to do. I want to be in radio. I just thought that was the coolest job in the world. You got to play music all day, or for whatever time you was on. You got to talk to, to celebrities. You got to talk to the people that listen to you play the music, and then talk about different subjects and stuff. I just thought that was just the coolest job in the world to have. I came up on listening to Tom Joyner and Doug Banks and Devontae Stone and all these guys, and Pink House on KKC, for y'all that remember 89.9 FM WKKC.
Yep.
Friday Night House with Pink House.
Yep.
Come on, man. That's what I came up on, and I had dreams and ambitions of being in radio. Unfortunately, well, I won't say unfortunately, but life happens, right? You get out of you get out of school, and if you don't go directly to college, which I didn't, I started working. And once I kind of got a taste of the working world, that's just kind of where I stayed. And unfortunately, when you leave a young person or a young adult to his or her own devices, they don't always follow up on stuff that they need to. Now, mind you, I lived probably less than 10 minutes from Kennedy King College. And
the white building.
Yeah. The white building before it was on 63rd Street. They had a radio station in the school.
Yeah.
There was no reason, none, there was no reason that I couldn't go to school and get into broadcasting.
Yeah.
But I didn't do it. Didn't do it. Life goes on, you get married, you have kids, and then next thing you know, you're in your 40s, in your 50s. And sometimes you look back and say, man, why didn't I do so and so and such and such? But you have a lot of people that look at it like, I know, like a lot of young people, when I talk to them, like they just feel that if they don't accomplish what they want to accomplish by 30, that their life is over. Even some of y'all that may be listening to this now, or maybe listening to this at a later time, there's probably some things that you wanted to do. And because you're at a certain age, you feel like, man, I just can't do it anymore. And that's crazy talk. That's crazy. I'm going to read off some names to you real quick. You got Vera Wang, Julia Child, Samuel Jackson. You got Stan Lee, Henry Ford. You know what all of these people had in common, or what all of these people have in common? They all became successful in their 40s and 50s.
Yeah. Bernie Mac really didn't hit it big until he got older.
Bernie Mac didn't get big until he got older. There are we have to get out of the mindset, especially us black people. We have to get out of the mindset that if we don't accomplish something by a certain time, we are failures, or that, it's over. And that's not the truth. As long as you are breathing, you have the opportunity to accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish in your life. Stop letting people tell you that it's over. Stop telling yourself that it's over, because it's not.
Not at all.
Do you know why I do this? honestly, I do this because I wanted to get in radio.
And you see, you taking the words out of my mouth because I was just about to say that, Mike. So be quiet and let me talk.
Okay, go ahead and talk.
That's what I was about to say. Don't pay attention to people that say stuff like that. Because even with you, yeah, you could have went to Candy King and all that stuff. But see, there's a little something called podcasts now.
Yeah.
For people like you who can still go that avenue. You might not be going radio, but the thing is podcast, and it's perfect for someone like you that wanted to get in radio, that then you know what I'm saying, okay, you didn't go take the broadcasting class at Candy King. So what? Who cares? I'm in my 40s. So what? Who cares? I put it like this, man. You don't listen to Dream Killers, man. All you got to do is focus on what you want to do and push forward to it, because there's going to be people that's going to say that just because to stop you from achieving what you want to achieve. Sometimes people don't be trying to say stuff to help you, Mike. I mean, I hate to sound mean like that, but sometimes people be saying stuff to just try to kill your dreams.
Oh, I know.
And that's the truth.
They definitely out there. You know, but it's just I wanted to bring this up because it's just not, it's not too late, man.
Never too late, man.
It's never too late. It's I feel like I just want to grab some of these people and just shake them and be like, dude, you still here? You know how many because here's the thing. You're talking about accomplishing things by 30. That's a rarity. Most of us don't even know what we want out of life by the time we hit 30.
Especially if you're a man. I get tired of these men to be talking like they hit it all together. Now, don't get me wrong. Some probably do, but not all.
Can we be honest for a minute? Most of us, especially as guys, don't know what we want out of life.
Exactly. And if you say you do, you're lying.
We don't know. We have an idea. We may have, I got an inclination of what I want, but most of us don't really know. If I was to ask you right now, what is it that you want out of life? What would your answer be?
I couldn't really tell you, man.
And people say stuff like, I just want to have money. I want to be comfortable. But what do you want? What is it that what is it that drives you?
Exactly.
What is it that when you get up in the morning, you say, that's what I'm trying to get to? What is it? Most of us can't answer that question.
No, we can't, Mike. And that's why I said it's like you get that cliche answer. I just want to have money. I just want to live. Those are cliche answers. To be honest, especially of being a man. I'm a man. Right. So I already know. A lot of us men, sometimes our brains, we still be stuck.
Man.
And it takes us a while to really get it together.
Yep.
If any man can tell me that from the time I got out of high school, I had all my everything together, I know what I want. You're lying. You're lying. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. That's not even part of the rites of passage of being a man.
Right.
We're gonna make a lot of mistakes, and we're gonna have a lot of bumps in our road.
Yep.
But to sit back and let somebody tell you that if you don't accomplish nothing by 30 years old, man, that's BS, man. It's a lot. It's a lot of folks that got big when they got older.
Yeah.
And like I said, come back to you with that radio thing. That is what it is. You got into podcasting. It's almost the same thing. You're talking, Mike.
And Mel, I like what he said. He said happiness and stability. But then I'm going to take it one step further. What is it that makes you happy?
Yeah.
A lot of people will say, I just want to be happy. Well, what is it that makes you happy? It's a rarity that I can find a guy that can be honest. And I say, well, man, what makes you happy? Man, no. That's why I'm asking. What makes you happy?
Plus us being men, we don't think like that, Mike.
Because it's weird that we don't think about stuff like that. We don't, man. Like that's a woman thing. Only women think about what makes them happy. So what you're telling me is that you're going to go through life miserable because you've never thought about what is it in life that makes you happy.
Mm-hmm.
What
It's
do
crazy.
you want? What makes you happy?
And sometimes what makes you happy might not work for the situation that you're in at the moment.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
so
And that's why there's a level of honesty that goes along with it, because you may be in a situation that, you're in a situation because you've always been there, but are you happy in that situation? You get up, you go to work, you collect the check, wash, rinse, and repeat. What do you want to do? Are you doing what makes you happy?
that's a lot of
And
us.
if you're not, then you are not living life.
That's probably 75% of us, man.
It is.
That's probably about 75% of us. A lot of us are doing things that just
Because we just
just
know to
to
do it. It's habitual.
just survive, just to make a living, just to take care of our family, just to take care of our bills and stuff. But if it was up to us, if we was honest with ourselves, this is something I wouldn't want to do because I really want to do this, but this is going to take more time. So I'm going to push that to the side because I have to do this because I have to take care of my family and all this and all that. So it's about 75% of us that's doing a lot of stuff that we really don't want to do, but we have to do.
Yep. It's crazy though, man. But I work because there's a lot of brothers that's depressed.
Yeah.
Because they haven't accomplished certain things before they got to be a certain age.
And the mess up part, they stop after that.
And that's the killer thing, is that they stopped after, like after they got to a certain age and they realized that it didn't work, they stopped. Look, just some of the names I read off. You look at Stan Lee. And for those that know Stan Lee, he's the comic book guy, right? Stan Lee didn't catch his break until he was almost 40 when he published the Fantastic Four. He was 40 when he did that. 40. Vera Wang, the same thing. He's a
designer.
He's a designer, or she's a designer. She didn't get into the industry until she was 40. Toni Morrison, he's a writer, he's a novelist, or she's a novelist, right? She wrote books, and she didn't get into the public eye until maybe like around she was the first African American woman to win a Nobel Peace Prize for literature. And you know when she won that? When she was 62. 62.
You brought up Sam Jackson. Samuel Jackson was people can't forget. He broke in when he was older, and he was a recovering drug addict.
Ray Kroc, the guy who stole McDonald's from the McDonald's brothers. I say stole because that's what he did. But he didn't get successful. He was what Ray Kroc was doing? He was selling milkshake. He was selling milkshake machines to restaurants before he found the McDonald brothers in California. And right around the time when he was 55, he started, or 52, and he hooked up with them. That's how he kind of got into the whole fast food industry.
But you know what, Mike? Let me say something. The biggest thing that will make you fail is when you try to plan everything out.
Yeah.
That's another downfall. When you someone that's trying to plan your life out, you're gonna fail because you can't stop the obstacles that might be in your way. So I just believe in just letting everything. Hey, if it's meant to be, it's going to happen. But you can't sit back and let folks kill your dreams, because Mike Justin read off a whole bunch of very successful folks that found their success in their older ages. So if you got a dream out there, anybody, if you got a dream out there, don't give up and don't let nobody tell you too old for it.
And then let me also say this. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Can we Can we just pause on that real quick?
That's number one thing right there, Mike.
Stop comparing yourself to other people.
Yep. Y'all not the same people.
Your success is not their success, and vice versa.
And stop comparing your success to other people because everyone's the same. Just everybody road to whatever they're going to get are different. Just because something worked for you, it don't mean it's going to work for the next person. I don't like people that do that. I don't see what I do not like I got mine, what's wrong with you person. I don't like those type of people. Because just because something worked for you, it don't mean it's going to work for me. It don't mean it's going to work for Mike. It don't mean it's going to work for Cuz Mel or Bro Kevin. It don't mean who it's going to work for. Everybody has their own role. We are all individuals. We're all, none of us are, unless you got a twin, and your twin ain't going to be like you. They're going to have different personalities than you. Y'all just going to look alike. And I think that a lot of us get messed up with that, comparing our life to everybody else's life. And you get stuck like that, Mike. You can get stuck like that for real, bro. You really can. I know people that have got stuck looking at somebody else's life, and while you paying attention to that person's life, you're not doing nothing for your life because you're too busy. Why it ain't gonna work for me? Yeah, Mike just got this car. Why can't I get this car?
Right.
You know, once you start doing that, all you're gonna do is put yourself up for not being successful. You know,
listen, you gotta stop. I remember when we started this podcast, and I think when we first started uploading episodes, I think we were getting like anywhere between maybe 10 to 12 downloads per episode. Right now, we were excited about that. We was like 10 to 12. Now I'm thinking I probably was responsible for 3 of them myself, you know, but 10 to 12 downloads, I was like, oh man, that's dope.
So you had 3 and Chris had 1.
Right.
So that was like
4. Right. So, you know, that 10 to 12 downloads, man, we were pretty excited about that, right? The next thing you know, it started creeping up. Now we were getting like, you know, like around 30 or so downloads per episode. 30. I was like, wow, Phil. I was like, Phil, man, we got 30 downloads this episode. It's like, woo.
Now we thought we was big stuff.
30 downloads. Like, oh my God, that's crazy.
We thought we was big stuff there.
Right? Then it started creeping up more. And then the 30 went to like 50 downloads. And then it went to 75. And it kind of hovered there for a minute. And we was like, dude, we getting 75 downloads per episode. That's pretty dope. And the next thing you know, it started getting into the triple digits. Right? 100, 115, 120. You talk about excited. It was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, we got this
episode. I was on my Kanye West back then.
Like, man, I remember looking at the numbers. I was like, Phil, I said, man, that last episode we did, we got 100 and so downloads. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, man. It was like, man, that's dope. Dude, we were so happy. Now here's what happened. I started looking at other podcasts. And I started looking at other people that was podcasting, other people that I knew, and then people that I didn't know. I'm looking at them, and I'm looking at them and looking at their podcast, and I'm looking at their downloads and stuff. And you know what happened? I was just like, man, we suck. I literally, that's what I started saying to myself. Like, man, how come we can't? I'm trying to
start looking at the views, and then
I started looking at our views.
Yeah.
I started looking at our views, and I started looking at our numbers, and I was just like, I said, man, we're not doing very good. You know, this is what I'm thinking to myself, and I never told Phil that, but you know, I'm thinking to me, I'm like, man, we just not getting the numbers I want. And when I started comparing it to other podcasts, I looked down on it like we weren't doing nothing. But I didn't realize that some of these other podcasts already had established followers online. Some of these podcasts have been around for 4, 5, 6 years.
Yeah.
This person has had a social media presence for just as long, or they were already popular before they started doing these.
See, we jumped in it without any type of following, Mike. That's why I had to, want you to know, we jumped into this without any followings on the internet, any following. We just started doing it. So a lot of these folks that got those podcasts, they look big, but you gotta remember, before they started doing it, they already had they already got their following going.
They already had a following.
Yeah.
So peep game. So our first year, we had a total of 633 downloads.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that was a big number, in my opinion. So what I decided to do from that point is stop comparing what I did to what other people were doing.
That's what you're
I just said, okay, what we want to do is next year, we want to double this number. Let's try to double this. And you know what happened that next year? We doubled it. So that following year, we had like about maybe 13 or 1,400 downloads. And then I said, okay, well, look, the next year, let's see if we can top that.
Mm-hmm.
Not only did we top that, but it was growing substantially.
We started jumping.
It really started jumping. Like we started getting like 300, 400 downloads per episode. When so one episode we had hit so many, it was more than what we had did almost in 1 year. Right? Do you know that at the end of our audio podcast run, and it actually is still getting downloads today because I just checked it, just because I just check it out of habit. We have almost 28,000 downloads.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, that may not sound like a big number to some,
but it's big to us.
But to us,
you can't tell me it's not big, Mike.
Who are local, who have no real social media following,
none.
We're not known like that. For us to get almost 28,000 downloads,
mm-hmm.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah. So I say you couldn't tell me it's not big.
As a matter of fact, that year it was so funny because I said, Phil, by the time this year ends, I want us to have 10,000 downloads. And I think at that time we were at about 7,000 or so. And I said, let's try to hit 10,000. Let's see if we can get 10,000. That year it went from 7,000, and then 3 months we had hit up to like 12,000 downloads.
Yeah.
And then that following year, it was like every month we were averaging over 1,000 downloads. And because that was like the last year, I think last year was the last year that we actually were doing the audio stuff. And so I said that to say that I stopped comparing myself to other people and just start looking at myself as the competition. How can we do better than what we did last year?
Yeah.
Let's try to continue to put out quality content. And that's what we did. And it paid off because, like I said, we got almost 28,000 downloads in that run for our audio stuff. Now, when we started doing video, we understood that just like with the audio stuff, it's a building process.
Yeah, it's a building with this with this visual stuff.
It's a building process, and we understand that now.
Let me be real, y'all. I really want to stay audio.
He didn't want to do it,
and I did not want to do this.
I think we've been doing it now for maybe what has it been? It's been over a year, maybe about a year and a half. I think we've been doing.
Probably about.
I have to check.
Yeah, probably about a year to 2 years.
About a year or 2 years. If you look at the stuff that we were doing when we first started versus what we're doing now, it's leaps and bounds.
Man, we came a long way, Mike.
Leaps and bounds.
They just don't know what we used to record with and everything,
I mean,
man.
it's insane. So the reason why I'm saying all of this stuff is that just because something may not have worked out for you by within the time frame that you gave yourself does not mean that it will not work out.
Right. All it takes is dedication. Just
You
dedication.
You just have to keep at it.
Yeah.
Stop comparing yourself to other people.
Yes, sir.
Set your own goals, and that's what you go after. Stop setting your goals according to what somebody else is doing, because you don't know that other person's background.
Yep.
You don't know the work that they put in. You don't know how long they've been doing it. And you're looking at them like, why they got these numbers and I don't? Because you don't know. You don't know how long they've been doing this thing.
And Mike, it comes down to the preference too. It comes down to what people like. And one thing about us, Mike, and I'm gonna say that, I can be the hoodest nigga in the world, but you're never gonna see me and Mike on here smoking blunts, cussing.
No. And that's something.
Drinking,
look,
doing all that
and
stuff.
that's
I know there's
that
a lot of people like to
decision.
see. Right. I know that, and don't get me wrong. I know the people that does that. I know they get the most views, but we're not going to do that on here. We're not. I'm sorry.
That was a conscious decision, because we was like, look, we understand, by for all intents and purposes, we would be looked at as kind of on the lame side.
Yeah, I don't care. Like I said, you can call me lame all day long, but just don't say it in my face, because I'm gonna take your teeth out. But other than that, that's not gonna be us. That's not us. Plus, both of us are Christian men. Yeah, that's not us. So I understand that people like the drama and people getting on, and I'm calling Mike 6,000 MFs and niggas and right. And we drinking. We not gonna do that on here. So, and like I said, I put it like this. The way we do this podcast is the way we're going to do it. And we're going to do it this way because this is the way we chose to do it. We're not going to get on here cussing and dogging folks out and all that. We're going to give you good content. We'll give you conversation that you can think about. And simple as that. And we're trying to help the black man.
Absolutely.
So that's the content that Man Up give you. And it's simple as that. And I put it like this. If that's not your flavor, hey, that's cool. But we somebody flavor, because those downloads say that somebody like what we say.
Somebody.
So I stopped, because I used to be like that too, Mike, paying attention to other podcasts. But I had a friend tell me, he's like, man, he said, dude, you and your brother-in-law just keep doing what y'all doing, man. Stop paying attention to that, because everybody, you might not be everybody flavor.
Right.
But you're going to be a flavor to somebody, because there's a large crowd out there that's into podcasts. Yeah. And those downloads showed you that we're somebody flavor. So I stopped worrying about that.
Yeah.
All I want to do is stay dedicated and do what we need to do to better this podcast. And whatever's meant to be, it's going to be meant to be. But right now, I've been hanging me and brother-in-law since 2017. Y'all just don't know. We used to do it with lapels.
We had a cell phone and that one lapel mic with 4 dudes trying to talk on
listen,
there. It was crazy.
Listen, man. Like I said, this all it takes is dedication, man. I'm not paying attention to nobody else, what they do on theirs, because we're not. It's not that type of podcast. It's not that type of podcast. It's not no ignorant. It's not no ignorant. 2 ignorant niggas just talking crazy about everybody. We don't do that on here.
No.
If we're gonna talk, sometimes me and brother-in-law, we get kind of, we can go too far sometimes. But
that's that barbershop. Here's the thing: we've never gone so far where we couldn't come back. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of the times, a lot of the conversations that we have we've never been disrespectful.
Exactly.
And like, you can sit up and listen to it with your mama and whoever else.
And I don't want to be a part of a podcast like that, to be honest.
You know what I'm saying?
Be real with you. That's not the life I'm trying. That's not the life I'm trying to live. That's not the life I'm trying to show. Yeah. And if I'm going to sit here and say that I'm a reformed Christian man, I can't be on here doing all that mess. I really can't. So I don't want to be a part of no type of podcast like that. I like what me and brother-in-law do. I like what we talk about. Maybe some might not can get with it, but this is what we do.
Right.
We over here trying to have some serious conversation. Everything is not a joke or dogging somebody or none of that. No, we ain't gonna do that.
All right. What's up, Daniel? Appreciate
What's
you
good,
popping
Dan?
in, man. Listen, and you know what? And you guys play a big part of it too, because
Yep.
I don't care how much we do. If you all didn't tune in, if you all didn't interact, if you didn't share, and whatever it is that you do,
We're the game's consistent people on here.
we have
We gotta be honest
have a
with you.
dedicated fan
Yeah.
base, and I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
The only thing I want y'all to do is start tagging and sharing.
Yeah.
That's how you do social media, people. Share it.
Jack
It's
gonna
one
kill me.
click. That's all you got to do.
Your sister-in-law gonna kill me. Because I
It's
didn't
share.
I didn't wake her up. She gonna kill me.
Oh, that's all right. She can always go back and watch it. That's all you got to do, man. But look, that's our hour for today. Look, I love y'all and appreciate y'all. Anybody that's into sports, please know that we do have a sports talk that we do on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock. It's called Moving the Chains, where we talk all Chicago football. Listen,
Mhm.
if you're into sports, why don't you come and hang out with us on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock? We're talking football, we talking Bears, and it's good. It's good stuff. Show suggestions. We do take show suggestions because I have people like, hey, do you guys take suggestions for your shows? Yes, we do. If you want to drop a suggestion, you can hit me up, or you can hit me up on my Facebook page, hit Phil up, send us a message through Messenger, and let us know if it's certain topics that you want us to explore and talk about, man. Hey, drop us a line, and we'll definitely look into it and try to get it on there. And we'll tag you and say, hey, man, we took your suggestion, and we want you to listen. We may even go as far as saying if you send us a topic suggestion and we send it, maybe you'll get you a mug. Maybe we'll start giving out some mugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get some mugs in the hands of the people.
The hands
So
of
they
the
can
people.
so they can sip, and while they sipping, they can be informed and not influenced.
Got to give them something.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Benita said she got another one. All right, look, message me. Let me know what you got. And
Yeah, send it,
go
Benita. You
ahead.
got another one? Send it.
Yeah, send it.
That last one Benita gave was good.
Yeah, that was real good. I like
So
that.
yeah, send another one, Benita.
You know,
Send another one.
I like that one. So listen, we're about to break up out of here. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I thank y'all for hanging out with us on today. Make sure y'all
Going
like
back on vacation.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm chilling, man. Listen,
Are you finished?
I ain't got to see Chicago.
Are you finished? Are you finished or are you done? Are you finished or are you done?
All three of me. All three of me.
Y'all. All right, y'all. We up out of here. Listen, until we talk again, my friends, y'all get 2 fingers to the side. Make sure you holler at your boys because we out.
Peace.
I don't be no waste time. I have no idea where that came from. It's just, I don't know.